Cinematographers must be artists, engineers, photographers, and storytellers all at once. Sometimes you'll hear the cinematographer referred to as the director of photography, or DP, but don't be confused, it's the same job. In some parts of the world, they prefer one title to the other, but generally speaking, the two titles are interchangeable. And no matter what they call themselves, it's their basic job to translate the director's vision into things like framing, lighting, and camera movement, so that the film's story, emotions, and themes are conveyed visually. A cinematographer must not only possess great technical skills, but also understand the fundamental narrative beats of the film, the arc of the characters, and how the shots might cut together in the editing room. And the job begins long before the cameras start to roll. During pre-production, the cinematographer assembles the camera department, plans the shots with the directors, and determines any special equipment that might be necessary for the shoot, from cranes to dollies to Steadicams and special lenses. They also help the director decide what kind of film stock or digital cameras to use and what the overall look of the film will be. During production itself, the cinematographer oversees the lighting and shooting of the film, shot by shot. This includes supervising the camera department and working very closely with the lighting department. Lighting used in everything from formal interviews to fiction films is three-point lighting. You start with a key light, which is the brightest light, often positioned so that it shines most directly on the subject of the shot. Then you add some fill light, which is a dimmer and more diffused light to fill in the shadows created by the key light. Finally, backlight, which is usually brighter than the fill light, shines from behind the subject of the shot. This creates a halo or edge of light that outlines the subject and separates it from the background. One of the questions cinematographers grapple with is figuring out where the light is coming from in the world of the film. This will determine the direction, color, intensity, and quality of light that illuminates the shot. Sometimes cinematographers will use practical lights, which are light sources you can actually see in the shot, like desk lamps or windows. Other times, they'll deliberately use artificial lights, or even turn to a more radical strategy to light their films. Cinematographers Nestor Almendros and Haskell Wexler famously shot Terrence Malick's Days of Heaven using natural sunlight, mostly that brief period of the day immediately before sunset, called magic hour. While working on Catch-22, David Watkins said, "I'm going to do something rather daring. I'm going to light the actors with only explosions." And he did. Ellen Curtis relied on a unique combination of practical and artificial lights to create the unusual transitions and effects of Jim Carrey's memory loss in Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Malik Hassan Saeed is a master of style, shooting everything from Spike Lee's He Got Game to Beyoncé's Lemonade. When Gordon Willis decided to light The Godfather in such a way that Marlon Brando's eyes would often be in shadow, it was seen as a risky and daring strategy. Cinematographers were supposed to light a character's eyes. That's just how it was done. Instead, Willis chose to use this lighting mistake to illustrate the dark and unknowable soul of Don Corleone. Now,